Welcome to Week 19 of the Gainbridge Super League in Charlotte, North Carolina. Carolina Ascent and Spokane Zephyr, the teams to watch today. For Carolina Ascent, the player that has played every minute this year is the reigning defender of the year, Jill Aguilera. And for Spokane, to keep their team organized, it relies on Sophia Braun. She'll lead the defense efforts from the midfield for this group. It is Carolina Ascent versus Spokane Zephyr. Next, kickoff from Charlotte coming up. Happy Valentine's Day from Charlotte, North Carolina, as we get set for Carolina Ascent to host Spokane Zephyr. It is a beautiful afternoon here in North Carolina. Tonight's match is presented by Nocor. Nocor Corporation is the safest, highest quality, lowest cost, most productive, and most profitable steel and steel products company in the world. Nocor is the official sponsor of the Carolina Ascent FC. Our standings today presented by Carolina Office Solutions. You can see it is tight. 5 teams within 3 points of each other, including the 2 kicking off just moments away. Carolina Ascent in 4th place and Spokane Zephyr behind them by just 1 point. Alongside the former Manchester United goalkeeper Gary Bailey, I am Lisa Carlin. Last match on Wednesday, it was Spokane. They fell 3-2 to the league leader Sporting Jacks, conceding all 3 goals in the first half, Gary. And all these goals looked pretty similar.
Yeah, all coming down the left-hand side. Some poor marking, initially not stopping the cross, and then at the near post. And that one there, Reese Tappan just getting caught the wrong side. And once again, once you allow the ball to come into that area, then it's just a free-for-all. So all 3 goals could have been stopped with better defending from their left-hand side.
Well, for Spokane Zephyr, it is Leah Solano who leads the club with 5 goals. She'll have to be a big factor today.
Massive. The next highest scorer has only got 2 goals, so she's got the touch. She's got the scoring finish. She needs to get plenty of service, and she's their big hope to get them a win today.
Carolina's newest addition, midfield Shea Groom. She's coming off her first start last week against Lexington. She's our player to watch, presented by Gatorade.
She's a player to watch because she's such a quality player. Former Chicago Stars, Houston Dash, Seattle Reign, Gotham, you name it. She'll be trying to get service up to Audrey Coleman, but another wonderful talent joining already stacked Carolina Ascent team.
Plenty to watch today. Roses are red. The pitch is set. Fans here to cheer or place a bet. Carolina and Spokane, a don't miss. Lineups and kickoff after this.
When it comes to delivering high quality, affordable health care, relationships matter. And after 90 years, Blue Cross North Carolina is proud of the relationships we've built with you. We're 5,000 neighbors, friends, and family committed to improving the health and well-being of everyone across this state. We're here for you, all of you.
Carolina Ascent Soccer, coming to American Legion Memorial Stadium. Super Women of Soccer. Some players see the game differently. B. Hilton, laser focus. Because when you see the opening, the moment is already over.
Saturday, February 21st, it's Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina Youth Sports Day. Youth t-shirts while they last and Mascot Olympics. Tickets start at only $19 all in.
CarolinaAscent.com. We kick grass.
Caitlin Clark, amazing at assists. Gainbridge, the ultimate assist for your savings. But ever since they teamed up, she's taken assisting to a whole new level. Caitlin Clark, graded assists. Gainbridge, graded assists for your savings.
Welcome back as we get set for Carolina Ascent hosting Spokane Zephyr. This matchup in Week 19 in the Gainbridge Super League. There is the captain for Spokane Zephyr getting everything underway, ready to chat before this one for the group. And Carolina Ascent, both of these teams coming into this match on a bit of a losing streak, hoping to turn things around. And here's our availability report thanks to Tryon Medical Partners. For Carolina Ascent, it is Giovanna DeMarco still out with that leg injury. And for Spokane, Katie Murray, Natalie Vigiano, Allie Cook, and those three are out. The captain, Sarah McCoy, was listed as questionable on the availability report due to that injury she suffered in the midweek match. She ended up with a right shoulder injury. She is on the bench. We'll see if we see her today in this matchup. Let's take a look at our starting lineups presented by Capelli Sports. For Carolina Ascent and head coach Philip Poole, just one change, Gary.
Yeah, Riley Parker, the scorer of the goal against Lexington in the last match, drops to the bench. Audrey Coleman comes in up front. That pushes Shea Groom down into more of a midfield. But look at some of that talent up front. Mackenzie George, Mia Corbin, Coleman, Groom behind them. Lily Nabet and Aguilera coming down that left-hand side. That is a stacked Carolina team.
For Spokane Zephyr, they did play a game at the midweek, so two changes for Nicole Lukic's side.
Sophia Braun, she came in for Sarah McCoy when McCoy got injured during midweek, and she dropped back, or she pushed Haley Thomas rather to drop back to centre back. Braun in the midfield. Charlie Boone comes in at right back. Kat Rapp drops to the bench, and Ginger Fontner, who played at right back, pushes right up front.
We are set here in Charlotte, North Carolina for this big matchup between Carolina Ascent and Spokane Zephyr. Just 1 point separating these two sides in the standings. And we are underway. Alongside Gary Bailey, I am Lisa Carlin. Plenty to watch for in this game, in this Week 19 matchup. For Carolina Ascent, this is the second of a 4-game homestand, but they're winless in 4, hoping to turn that around and make this stadium a fortress when they can. And for Spokane Zephyr, this is a team that comes in on a 2-game winless streak. They're coming off of a midweek game on Wednesday where they fell 3-0 to league leaders Sporting Jacks. Here is Spokane sending this ball deep into their attacking end, giving pressure on this near side, Tori Zierenberg. Carolina gets it out, only as far as Braun. Tap in, little chip in over the top. There's Solano. Solano gets taken down, but the ball falls to Megan McClellan. She's able to jump on top of it, and she stifles it.
That's a little half chance there for Lena Solano. That ball dropped. The goalkeeper was unsure. A little bit in no man's land, and just wonder if Solano could have done more with that, but maybe in the end, Megan McClellan responding and managing to dive on the ball.
Reese Tappan, she's played every minute of this year in that center back position for Spokane. She'll have to take on a big leadership role today, especially without Sarah McCoy, the captain for the group. She is questionable with a right shoulder injury. She is on the bench today, as Spokane in the midst of a 6-game road trip, or they were just in Jacksonville and now in Charlotte. There is Sophia Braun. She came in for the injured McCoy on Wednesday.
It certainly has been a tough little recent spell for Zephyr with that travel that you mentioned and a couple of losses as well.
Coleman cutting it back. There's Mia Corbin. Ball falls to her, bounces around. Nabet tries to strike, cleared by Zephyr. Hope Heisey in goal for Spokane. She's the reigning Golden Glove winner with 9 clean sheets last year. Carolina moving the ball around. Mackenzie George. George trying to turn the corner to get around that defender. Kelsey Euler doing well. She gets taken to ground. The ball goes out over the end line, and it'll be Heisey's ball.
important match for Kelsey Euler. She got taken off at halftime in the loss at Sporting Jacks, as we mentioned in the opening. All 3 goals coming down her left-hand side in the first half. And she'll be wanting to put on a good performance here. And as we were saying, a lot of travel for this side. A loss against Sporting Jacks, a big loss, a draw away at Tampa Bay, which wasn't bad, but still, you might say, points dropped. So they'll be looking for a victory here today.
Corbin slots the ball through. Spokane plays it safely out through Heisey. Some inconsistent results from both of these sides, Gary, as of late. When you think about that and how they're both wanting to settle down, especially just at the start of this spring season, what do you expect from this game?
It's such an important game for both sides. As we showed in the standings, there's 5 teams that are separated by just 2 points. So a win for either side here today, and they can start to maybe put a bit of a gap between themselves and the following pack. But for Carolina Ascent, 3 losses in the last 4, just the 1 draw. That's 1 point from a possible 12 from the reigning champions, and a team that's now added 3 fantastic players in the January break, and Lillian Abet, Ava Cook, and Shay Groom. So Philip Poole telling us when we chatted to him, he expects his team to come good very soon. He just says the talent's there, they just need things to work their way.
Carolina Ascent knows what it is like to be good. They won the Players' Shield last year in the inaugural season. Since then, they sit in 4th place on 20 points with a record of 5, 6, and 5. 20 goals scored, and he says he's not worried, Philip Poole, the head coach of Carolina Ascent, about how many goals they haven't scored. They're creating the chances. They're getting into their attacking end. He knows that the goals will come, and even in these opening 5 minutes, Carolina has been on the front foot. They've had moments in their attacking end.
Yeah, they're a very creative side, and they've got the 2nd most shots taken in the league. There is Philip Poole, so successful, as I say, champions as in winning the Players' Shield as opposed to the playoffs. But over a season, you've got to say they're the best side. He was voted the coach of the year, and a very good coach. So you expect him and this team to come right one day. If you're a Spokane Zephyr fan, you hope it's not today. And it's very, very possible with this stacked Carolina Ascent team that they could get 3 or 4 here today if things go their way.
Felicia Knox dancing on the ball centrally. She wins it back for Spokane. Tap in, barely gets around the streaking Shay Groom.
Looks like some damage done there, a lot of pain being shown, and we hope it's nothing serious.
There is Shay Groom, one of the newest signings of this offseason for Carolina Ascent, as Reese Tappan. Take a look back at this collision.
Let's have a look at it. It doesn't seem to be much. There's a little tap on the ankle, but sometimes if your ankle's in the wrong position, when you get that tap, it can be very painful. You mentioned Shay Groom, Lillian Abet, formerly of Angel City, Ava Cook, Chicago Stars. I mean, you're coming to a team, 3 top players from the NWSL coming to a team that's already fantastically stacked with players and holders of the Players' Shield. Good to see her shake her hands. It didn't seem like there was anything nasty from Shay Groom. And the match continues.
Hope Heisey puts the ball back in play. Porter. Ball played forward, George. Mackenzie George looking to get in behind. 1 to beat for George. This is a fun battle, Euler and George. Little back heel overlapping run from Martinez. Heavy touch. Heisey's ball.
Just wonder if in the chat beforehand, Philip Poole and his coaching staff haven't gone over the 3 goals conceded by Zephyr in that sort of left back position and said to Brie Martinez and Mackenzie George, get at them, go down that right-hand side, see if you can whip balls into the near post. You know, sometimes as a team, when you have a bad spell and you make mistakes time and time again, which they did in the last match against Sporting Jacks, it's sitting in the back of your head, and as an opposing side, you try and play on that doubt in the back of their minds.
For those 3 goals that were conceded, as Gary, you're saying, it was all down the left-hand side for Spokane, and all in the first half, too. It seems as though Nicole Lukic cleaned things up for the second 45. in the midweek.
Yeah, she took off Kelsey Euler, as you mentioned, and just rejigged things. But Kelsey coming back, giving them a chance to redeem herself. Haley Thomas had to drop into the centre-back position from the 6th position in the 22nd minute when Captain McCoy came off. So there was a bit of rejigging that was necessary, and they'll be looking to keep a clean sheet. They do pride themselves on being defensively tough, do Spokane. Their problem is in attack. They have the lowest goals per match in the entire league, just 17 goals from 18 matches. So that's where they need the likes of Lena Solano to perform today.
Spokane trying to gain control of the ball centrally. It's flicked back towards Carolina. Stewart. Ball in over the top. Flicked out, and corner kick incoming for Carolina. If you're looking for the perfect family night out, the Food Lion Family 4-pack delivers 4 game tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 drinks for only $99.99. Get yours today at CarolinaAscent.com.
That's going to be a corner kick for your
First corner kick
Carolina
of the
Ascent,
game
brought
for
to you
Carolina,
by
presented by Nucor.
That corner kick is number 2, Brianna Martinez.
Martinez lofts it in towards the penalty spot. Shea Groom falls, and the call is coming out.
The call's against her, and it seemed as if she went to ground. Let's have a look. Is she being held? Well, I don't think it's Shea Groom doing the fouling, to be honest, but whether it's enough to call a penalty, difficult one for referee Jacqueline Metz, and calls it against Shea Groom, and she's saying, what did I do wrong? Not a lot, I don't think.
Gary, you call a lot of games in the NWSL too, as Shea Groom, a former NWSL veteran, before she made the move over to Carolina Ascent. That looks like a pretty typical Shea Groom face. Like, huh, me? Not me.
Yeah, so much experience, and as I say, this is a team where if they can get things going, I think Philip Poole said to us, he expects them to do really well because the talent is there, and there's absolutely no question. In all the January transfer windows, the job they have done in bringing in 3 big acquisitions in Lily Nabet, Ava Cook, and Shea Groom is probably as good a business as any team has done so far in the Gainbridge Super League.
Zierenberg end line, crosses back post, none of her teammates there. Aguilera will shepherd it out. Aguilera down the line, and it goes out. Those 3 acquisitions you're talking about for Carolina, Gary, they come into this team with all previous NWSL and professional experience. And one of the things head coach Philip Poole told us about those specific players in this recruitment period in the winter is that it was centered on players that play higher up the pitch to gain a little bit more goal-scoring attention, to create more chances for Carolina.
And to finish those chances. They certainly have had a fair number of shots, as we said, second most taken in the league. Maybe the quality and the finishing hasn't been there this season as it was last season, and particularly at home. Just the 2 home wins the entire season, and last year at home, Carolina Ascent were formidable. So that's also what Philip Poole is trying to change around, and today would be a good day, of course, to get Ascent on the winning trail at home.
12 minutes into this Week 19 matchup between Carolina and Spokane, just 1 point separating these 2 teams in the standings. Carolina in 4th and Spokane in 5th place. And the standings right now are so tight. 3 points today with a win would do either of these sides a lot of good out of shaking out some of the tightness in the standings, create a little bit of separation. Haley Thomas working the ball around. Tap in with a great ball, breaking lines. Mia Corbin giving chase to this ball, headed back, and Heisey grabs it.
Mia Corbin was just hovering there, just waiting for any misplaced pass back to the goalkeeper. And that's another player who's capable of so much. Just the one goal this season. Did get an assist in the last match against Lexington. Good play there. But maybe expect a little bit more from a player as talented as Mia Corbin.
The reigning Carolina Player of the Year for the 2024-2025 season. She led the team with 12 goals just 1 year ago. And here is Solano. Crosses saved by Megan McClelland. We're runners all in the box for Spokane.
Important match for Megan McClellan. Made a big error against Lexington for the first goal. Long ball knocked in. She called for it and didn't quite gather, and it ended up being a goal from, what, 40-odd yards out. So a costly one as it turns out, and a 2-1 home defeat. Important for the keeper to have a good game today for Carolina.
Ball played forward. George, the intended recipient, a bit too heavy.
Goal kick, Spokane Zephyr.
Nucor Corporation is the safest, highest quality, lowest cost, most productive, and most profitable steel and steel products company in the world. Nucor is the official sponsor of the Carolina Ascent FC. There is Jill Aguilera, reigning defender of the year, and she led the league last year with 7 assists from her left back position for Carolina. Aguilera gets ahead to it first. Throw in for Spokane.
Interested to see how Fontenot does on that right wing position. She played right back in the match against Sporting Jacks. It's been pushed up. Charlie Boone's coming at right back, and Fontenot has the pace. Let's see how she does today.
Jaskinek, ball bouncing around centrally. Braun on it now. Zierenberg goes back to Thomas. Thomas chipping it over the top, headed out by Carolina. Spokane continuing their press to keep the ball in their attacking end. Great little flick by Knox. Knox on top of it again. Felicia Knox chips it, back post. Does it get through? Yes, there's Fontenot. Fontenot, 2 to beat. She goes end line. Ball goes out. And this one will be for McClellan.
There we're going to look at Fontenot, and she's a tricky player there in the end. Jill Aguilera getting the better of her, but a little bit of twisting and turning as this ball comes in. Have a look at Fontenot. Brings it down, comes back. Aguilera tries to stay with her. There's a little trick there, and just almost has the pace to get away, but of course good defending from a very wily Jill Aguilera.
Porter, little slip ball through. High press coming from Carolina. A little chip pass from Shea Groom, but not before Reese Tappan is taken down and the whistle is blown.
I'd like to see that again. I'm not so sure that was Shea Groom doing the pulling, and that's what she's saying. She's saying she got pulled. Let's have a look at this. Have a look, and oh, the holding's going the other way. Reese Tappan was doing the pulling, which if the referee had seen it, and it's very difficult to see, that would be a red card for Dogso, denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. I think Spokane Zephyr got away with one there.
Wow, lucky in that moment. That could have changed a lot of things in this game. A big moment there for Carolina Ascent. The foul does get called against Shea Groom. Now ball back in play. Braun sends it up and over. Again, Braun on top of it. Knox. Knox goes wide. What a little ball. Zierenberg gets taken down, cleared by Carolina. Braun. Knox on top of it. Reese Tappan, a moment to reset for this Spokane side. Euler, heavy touch down the line and out of reach of Zierenberg. Zierenberg almost went quick, decided maybe not. Let's give it to Kelsey Euler. Get a few more numbers up. Knox to Euler, trying to dribble around 3 Carolina players, and Ascent wins the throw. Lena Solano trying to turn through traffic. Heavy touch, and it goes out. Brianna Martinez will have the throw on the near side. A few minutes ago, a somewhat controversial call here, Gary, between Shea Groom and Reese Tappan.
No, there's no question there that Reese Tappan's doing the pulling, and Shea Groom got away from her, which, if there was something like VAR, you would say that's a red card, denial of a goal-scoring opportunity, and it would have changed the game. But very difficult for the referee to see that in that moment. Jacqueline Metz was cleverly hidden by Reese Tappan, only good with the benefit of all the camera angles. There's a yellow card coming out, so the referee taking steps. But yeah, very lucky Reese Tappan there in that situation.
So folks, an Apollo Law
now it's Emma Jaskinek receiving a yellow in the middle of the pitch for this foul on Groom.
Zephyr FC.
It's her second yellow of the season for Jaskinek. A few moments ago, the foul that ultimately is called on Shea Groom. This is what you're talking about, Gary, why it would be denying of a goal-scoring opportunity.
There's nobody else there. She's through one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and as it happens, scores. So, yep, certainly Carolina Ascent can be unhappy with that, but again, not the referee's fault, because it's so difficult to see who pulled who. We have the benefit of the cameras, but very risky play from Reese Tappan, but she gets away with it.
Fans out today on Valentine's Day, making themselves heard here at the Carolina Ascent Stadium, American Legion Memorial Stadium here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Trying to return glory to this home field for Carolina, as they have struggled at home. Lily Nabet all taped up now, ready to go. Select is the official match ball supplier of the Gainbridge Super League and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Lena Solano strips the ball away in the midfield. She gets taken down, whistle blown. This is an opportunity for Spokane.
Oh, they haven't had much going forward, have they? Have Zephyr so far in this match, so does really well. That's their star player, clever player on the ball. She goes down a little bit too easily, but nonetheless, she gets the free kick, so well done to her. Question is, what can they do with it now, Zephyr?
Pretty good positioning for Spokane Zephyr. What do you think, Gary? Go straight to goal or try to chip this one to a teammate?
Yeah, get it up in the air into the box. Use the physicality that Zephyr have in some of their centre backs like Reese Tappan.
Well, Reese Tappan standing over the ball.
Oh, she's on the ball.
Perhaps one of the better servicers of this team. Tappan, she keeps it on the ground. Little play. This is straight from the training ground. Back to Tappan. Tappan, she looks to go long, blocked. Zephyr still in possession. trying to break through to Solano, and it's intercepted. And now Carolina the other way. Mia Corbin, Heisey backpedals and tap in. Nearly running 40 yards to get back to that ball and clear it from danger of Corbin.
Does well there, Reese Tappan, but you'd think they'd want to use someone big like her or tall like her in the box for their set pieces. Goalkeeper decides it's too risky to come out. Could have been her ball, but decides rather to leave it to Reese Tappan to deal with, which she does extremely well.
Correction, that's a throw-in.
Martinez with the throw. Deep into the box, it's flicked on, back post. Carolina players are there. Nabet leaves it go, and the strike just kept rising from Aguilera.
It's not a bad effort either from Jill Aguilera. Good first ball one, then it's cleared, played back and set up for Aguilera. Hits it on the volley. That is not far, it's only maybe a foot or two above the crossbar. Hit with power, direction, just a touch high. Good pressure though from the home side.
Jill Aguilera has 1 goal on the year for Carolina Ascent. Thomas trying to play it out, picked off by Carolina. There is Aguilera, slots it wide. Carolina with numbers in the box. Cleared by Spokane. Now Spokane going the other way. End-to-end action here. Zierenberg slows things down. And now Jaskinik, 2 players on her, and she wins the call.
Good strong play by Jaskinik in midfield. It's been a bit tight there. A lot of hunting going on by the defensive midfielders and a few tough tackles thrown in as well. But certainly feel that Carolina Ascent are looking the more likely to score, more creative around the box, putting a little bit more pressure on the Zephyr defense.
Carolina winless in their last 4. And they've been shut out 3 times, hoping to change that today at home. Corbin, she turns and sends it. Shea Groom. Thomas gets there first.
I think to be fair to Carolina Ascent, the last few matches where they have lost have been against the top 3 sides. Last one was Lexington, and before that Sporting Jack, so they've had some tough games.
Groom, end line, crosses, back post, Heisey, easy grab. Moving quickly, Fontenot receives it. Oh, now Fontenot receives it. Fontenot. Crosses, oh, it's off the post! Ginger Fontenot with the opening goal for Spokane.
Wow, that ball meant as a cross, I presume, from Fontenot, just trying to get it in the box, and it eludes Megan McClelland. That's the 2nd game in a row that she'll be questioned about a goal. The first one in the last match against Sporting Jacks, against Lexington rather, was her fault. Let's have a look what happens here. Fontenot head up. You would think she's looking to cross it. And it well, not much the goalkeeper can do. Now you see it again. It's just one of those balls that just loops over you right above her into that far corner. If she meant to do that as a shot, that is one of the goals of the month. If she'd meant to cross it, well, she'll take the good luck. And I just said they haven't had many opportunities. They haven't, but they have the goal that counts.
A huge moment for Ginger Fontenot. She took the ball down the entire half of the pitch and said, hey, I'm gonna go myself. That is her first goal of the year for Spokane. Now Carolina the other way. Groom trying to dance through. Now it's Porter on top of it. Porter clipping it back post. Heisey.
Just wonder what Philip Poole is thinking right now, because his team, in my opinion anyway, have looked the better of the 2 sides. They've been creative. Could have been a red card if the referee had seen what Reese Tappan did, and Shea Groom was through one-on-one with the keeper, and then a cross that becomes a shot, loops over the goalkeeper, a little bit unlucky, and they're 1-0 down. And their problems continue, Carolina Ascent. But plenty of time for them to get back in this match.
Plenty of time for sure. As Carolina back on the ball again, they've dominated in terms of the eye test, possession, and the chances that they've created. And then completely against the run of momentum, it is Fontenot, and that ball started from Heisey. It was a quick release after the Carolina attack, and Spokane looking to go in transition, and they got in behind Carolina.
That's a very good point about the goalkeeper. She came and took that cross really clearly, or cleanly I should say, and did start that attack, and that's why she is considered such a good goalkeeper, Hope Heisey, not just in shot stopping, but in coming for crosses and setting up attacks as well.
Hope Heisey can do it on both sides of the ball. She had 5 saves midweek in the match against Jacksonville. Now they use her with the ball at her feet in the back to continue to build out. Ball flicked on, that's by Euler. Jaskinek. Tap in. Slotted ball through, picked off by Nabet. Now Carolina moving quickly. Ball slotted forward. George in the box, cross blocked.
Good defending by Kelsey Euler. She got caught on the wrong side there. She was behind Mackenzie George, but she made up the ground and blocked that cross. Something they struggled to do in the last match. Look at this effort here to block that ball coming into the danger area. Much better there from Kelsey Euler.
And that will be a corner.
It's a new core Carolina corner coming up.
Carolina Ascent FC taking that kick. Number 7, Jill Aguilera.
Good header there from Sydney Studer into the danger area. Once again, unable to break down that Zephyr defense.
Food Lion is the official grocer partner of the Carolina Ascent FC. Food Lion is proud to support the Charlotte community as the official grocer of the Ascent. Your local Food Lion is here to help you get food on the table fast with ready-to-eat meals and shopping made easy with Food Lion to go. Food Lion, here for every moment. Thanks to their Score to Give More program, 6,000 meals have been donated in the Ascent's second season to Second Harvest Food Bank of Metrolina. Ball back in play as George spins around her defender, looking for Groom. Picked off by Tappan, and Tappan sends it the other way, streaking Lena Solano. Cleared out and defended well by Carolina's back line. Bree Martinez in that right back position for Carolina has been active, getting both up and down the field throughout this game. Euler gets the ball back in play. Braun resets through Tappan. Euler can't get around Mackenzie George. That's defended well in Carolina's throw. Just over a half hour gone through this one. It's so much momentum in Carolina's favor, Gary. And then with the goal from Fontenot for Spokane, it feels like things have changed a little. How does Carolina get back control of this game?
Just keep doing what they've been doing. Good possession. Careful here. Yeah.
Lena Solano into the box. Solano, defender down. Solano makes it 2. Lena Solano poaching, picks off the ball and doubles the lead for Spokane.
Well, you were asking what they should and shouldn't do, Carolina Ascent. Not make mistakes at the back. That was a terrible giveaway there. Lena Solano, give her pounced in the opportunity. It's just a big ball, not long. It should be comfortable for centre backs to deal with here. And just waiting, Jenna Butler loses possession. Melina Solana from a tight angle just gets it past Megan McClellan, but Jenna Butler's defending. That's just an error from an otherwise normally very solid centre back. And one mistake, one unfortunate goal. They're 2 goals down at home in a match in which they've been slightly the better side. So things really not going well for Philipppool and this Ascent team.
Now here is Carolina and George with a chance. Defended well by Spokane. Quickly, off the restart was Carolina back into their attacking end.
That's a very, very good tackle there on the striker, Mackenzie George. If you don't get that right, it's a penalty. And they've got everything right so far, Spokane. And when they have got something wrong, like Reese Tappen pulling on Shea Gruen, the referee hasn't spotted it. So far, the perfect game for the visiting side, who, as we said, have been doing a lot of traveling. They must be tired. They've been on the road. It was Tampa Bay initially, and then back home, and then Jacksonville, and then now here to Charlotte. Jet lag thrown in, time in buses, and in fact, Coach Nicole Lukic saying to us that they've been doing a lot of playing cards together just to pass the time. Well, if they can get a result here today, what a boost that will be for everyone at the Spokane Zephyr.
Fontenot battling on that far side. Tries to win possession back for Spokane, and it's turned over again. Carolina now in possession. Sydney Studer on the ball. What a ball by Corbin. Mackenzie George is in. Heisey backpedaling. George. Flag was up, so the play will be called back. Close one on George.
She's got so much pace, Mackenzie George. It's, you know, sometimes she's going to be caught in an offside position because she sits on the shoulder of the defenders, but it's worth doing that because once in a while she'll get away. And when she does, she can be a real threat. Mackenzie George, 3 goals already this season. And with her talent, you would expect her to get a few more before the season's over.
Heisey sends it long. Martinez looking for George, and Carolina will keep possession. You looking to switch up your youth soccer team's bonding event, reward employees or clients, or celebrate a birthday? Carolina Ascent FC offers customizable group experiences starting at just $20 per ticket, all in. Visit carolinaascent.com/groups or email tickets at carolinaascentfc.com to learn more. Battle on this end line between George and Euler. Oh, high five from her teammate there for Euler.
Yeah, well, Kelsey Euler has been very good after a tough first half against Sporting Jacks midweek. She has battled, fought, blocked the crosses, won almost every single individual battle. No doubt that Coach Nicole Lucas said, look, it was a bad first half at Sporting Jacks, but you can bounce back and show me what you can do. Well, she's certainly shown that in her first 36 minutes of this match. Excellent performance by Kelsey Euler.
In talking with Nicole Lukic after the Sporting Jacks game midweek and how all the goals came from the left side, she said, yeah, despite the changes we made at halftime, maybe rotating out a player like Kelsey Euler, she did not lose any confidence in the players on that left side, and that specifically means Kelsey Euler, and you can see why. Euler has been tremendous in her efforts today. So Kelsey Euler is off on the sidelines right now, so Spokane playing down a player as Euler gets some blood off of her kit. Ball back in play for Carolina. Aguilera. Nabet. Good ball forward. Groom goes wide to Aguilera. Charlie Boone wins possession of the ball. The fans there making their opinions known in Charlotte. Now Braun sends this up and out as a reset. Aguilera. Porter. Carolina Ascent at home, looking to snap a 4-game winless streak after conceding 2 goals already in this first half to Spokane, despite dominating possession and creating more chances for Carolina.
And it's scoring goals that seems to be their problem, Carolina Ascent. You go back over the last 4 games, they've scored just the 1 goal. And that was last week against Lexington, that 2-1 loss. They need to find the back of the net, and they've got the players to do it. It's just not working their way at the moment.
One of those players, Mackenzie George, on the ball. Played back now to Porter. Patient build from Carolina. Coleman. Coleman, one to beat. End line. Coleman cuts it back, cleared by Jaskinek. Kelsey Euler, a new pair of shorts, her turf burn all bandaged up on that left thigh, and Euler is back in play just in time. Spokane need good solid defense here with this Carolina pressure. The Carolina Ascent online merch store is live. Stock up for our next match on scarves, t-shirts, hats, personalized jerseys, and more. To shop, visit carolinaascent.myshopify.com. Gary, I see you on the website. You scrolling? Is that what you're looking for over here? Looking for some merch?
There you go. Already got some. Very proud to wear it.
Carolina moving forward, slotted ball from Groom to George. Groom, back post. Corbin was there, but Heisey said no way.
Again, good catch from Hope Heisey. I know it's a good height for her, but she's got solid hands, makes the decision nice and quickly. It's a decent ball knocked in. It's got a bit of pace in it. It comes in from Shea Groom. Have a look, she whips it in. Nice pace, goalkeeper, super confident.
Well, Hope Heisey held on to that ball just a second or two too long and awarded Carolina with their 3rd corner of the game. Turn of events here and a chance for Spokane to keep possession, and now they've lost it. Jill Aguilera will stand over the ball on this new core Carolina corner. Numbers around the penalty spot. Aguilera chips it. Centers, saved by Heisey.
She got blocked a few times there, and the referee normally doesn't count the 8 seconds until you're clear of all the players in front of you. And it seems that in the last case, she took too long. After 5 seconds, the referee does put her hand up and start waving. So as a keeper, you should realize that you've got to get rid of the ball once you see her hands waving, which clearly Hope Heisey didn't do. And if you don't, then the corner's awarded against you.
Nibet. What a touch by Martinez. She then gets taken down by Euler. George on top of it. George, 2 to beat. Can't quite get that cross in play.
Yeah, that didn't work at all. Totally mishit on the cross there. Maybe just beginning to feel a bit of pressure. The Carolina Ascent players, 2-0 down at home, wanting to force the issue. And that's where the more experienced players, such as Shea Groom, Taylor Porter, Mia Corbin, they need to come in and just calm things down. There's still another half to come. Plenty of time for them to get back in this match.
Header by Studer. Sends this ball back into the attack. George off the shoulder of Thomas. It'll go out for a Carolina corner. 4th corner of this first half for the Ascent.
And that's another new corner kick for your
You can see Haley Thomas there wearing that captain's armband on her left arm. She took over the captain spot in the 22nd minute on Wednesday after Sarah McCoy left the game for Spokane. She changed position, got the armband. Now she leads from that center back role for Thomas. Jill Aguilera stands over the corner. Penalty spot headed by Corbin. Poked out. This one falls right to the feet of Aguilera. She clips it in. It's blocked. Porter. Now Aguilera. Aguilera on the ground. She's back up. Studer chips this one in. Heisey all alone, and that's an easy grab.
Once again, goalkeeper, nice clean hands, nice and confident shot. Wasn't the best ball in, but good pressure. The ball's just not falling for Carolina Ascent in that box. Needed it to just fall at the feet of someone to hammer it over the line from 6 yards out, and it didn't happen. You do think, though, if they keep this level of pressure up for another half, something will break their way.
For the expected goals, the XG throughout this first half, Gary, Carolina Ascent 0.32, Spokane 0.21. And 2 goals for Spokane. Coming in the 27th minute by Ginger Fontenot, and then in the 33rd by Lena Solano.
I think that's a frustration for Carolina. They haven't been that sharp in front of goals, but they've created more than Spokane. One cross that floats in over McClelland, and then an error by Jenna Butler, and they're 2-0 down. Last week it was McClelland who made the error that allowed Lexington to get back to 1-1 when they were in a very good, comfortable position, 1-0 up Carolina Ascent. So individual errors and a bit of bad luck plaguing the home side at the moment.
It's got to be frustrating, too, as a player when you feel like you're creating so many chances and you're knocking on the door, yet at one moment and the other way, you're down a goal.
Absolutely, but it's part of the game. You know, when it works for you, you take it. When it works against you, you just got to pick yourself up and go on and believe in what you're doing. Trust in the players, and the quality of players, again, for the Ascent is top class. So those players have to. They will find a way on the pitch, you would think. And Philip Poole has got faith that they will do something.
Well, they have 3 minutes of Blue Cross Blue Shield stoppage time at the end of this first half. Try to get something before going into the locker room. Throw in from Aguilera. Corbin. Ball bounces to her. Defended very well by Spokane and cleared by Braun.
And just to show Carolina's dominance in terms of where they're playing their football, 16 touches in the opposition box for the home side, just 7 in Carolina's box for Spokane. So again, the home side certainly threatening more. They just haven't been able to turn those threats into a goal.
Martinez against Fontenot. Martinez, cross, back heel by George, the turn and shot blocked. Groom still on it, trying to play it back to Porter, and it's picked off. Butler, Studer, she looks for the big switch. Audrey Coleman on the far side. Flag is up, offside.
That's good defending again from Spokane. Zephyr, bodies on the line, blocking whatever they can. Reese Tappan with the first block there, and they've been doing this all this half, defending really, really well, and there's a few high fives going around because they know they've done a fantastic job in defense in this first half of this game. The only question is, can they keep it up right until the end of the match?
This is the 3rd all-time meeting between Carolina Ascent and Spokane, and they each have a win away from home. The most recent meeting was October 30th, and it was just after Spokane head coach Nicole Lukic had taken over, and she talked to us about that game, how important it was for her to learn about the capabilities of her team. Carolina into their attack. Coleman, she goes back. Nabet, back post. Heisey makes it look easy. Third meeting this season, excuse me. We're just into the spring schedule for the Gainbridge Super League. Nabet. Aguilera, space to run in front of her. Aguilera cuts inside. Porter. Aguilera goes herself, a palm off Heisey. Defender Haley Thomas is there to clear it up. And one of the best chances for Carolina Ascent comes in the last second of this first half.
And why it was so difficult is the ball has hopped up, and Hope Heisey doing very well to keep an eye on it, make sure that she got a hand to that ball. It wasn't the easiest of saves. And the goalkeeper once again has been absolutely rock solid in this first half as Hope Heisey.
2 goals in this first half from Spokane Zephyr. It was Ginger Fontenot in the 27th minute, and then Lena Solano to double the lead in the 33rd. And for Lena Solano, that is her team high 6th goal of the year. Carolina Ascent had so much action in their attacking end, continuing to press, and almost against the run of play, things got started for Spokane in the 27th minute, thanks to Ginger Fontenot.
Nucor, official founding partner of Carolina Ascent.
Halftime here at American Legion Memorial Stadium. Fans expected a show, and boy, they got that so far in the first 45 minutes as Spokane Zephyr leads 2-0 over Carolina. And we are pleased to welcome in the opening goal scorer for Spokane, Ginger Fontenot. Hey Ginger, congrats on the opening goal. It looked like you were wide open on that one and you just kept running. Take us through that goal you scored.
Yeah, I mean, we were able to catch them on transition, and I just knew I had to get around my teammate so we could keep pushing and get to the final third. And I mean, I still had a lot of space in front of me to keep driving to goal, and I saw an opportunity and just went for it.
And Ginger, look at your defense. Your defense have been brilliant first half as we watch your goal again and the cross coming in. Was it, just let me ask you, was it a cross or a shot? Be honest.
I just knew I had to get it back post, so it went in. So I think it's a good result overall.
Ginger,
it went where it's
take the
supposed to go.
Take the credit. It was a shot. Take the credit.
Yeah, and what about your defense? They put in a really, really solid defensive performance first half.
Against this team, Carolina is really good on the ball, and they're a great possession team. So we knew that if we wanted to get chances, we had to be organized defensively. So it was a good team defensive effort this first half.
Thank you so much, Ginger. Good luck in the second 45.
All right, I think we might be having some technical...
Ginger Fontenot started the goal scoring for Spokane Zephyr. Her first goal of the year. Before it was Lena Solano to double the lead. 2-0 here at the break. Spokane over Carolina.
Fernandez, and there's the goal. This ball late. Are you kidding me? Hope Heisey knocks it away.
Finds the back of the net.
Instead it's Jamona, and she has leveled it. Over top corner.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
husband takes his watch party grilling duties very seriously. Every sport, every season. And because we always find good deals at Food Lion, no one ever leaves hungry. I even got him his own signature touch.
Okay, I'll eat around it.
Here with fresh food that's always affordable. Food Lion, here for every moment.
What does a better tomorrow look like? More people enjoy safer, more comfortable indoor spaces, clean water, clean air, healthy food, and a healthier planet. That's what Trane Technologies believes tomorrow should look like. So we put people and the planet first. Today, we take bold action. So tomorrow, there's a better world. For everyone.
Welcome back to halftime in Charlotte, North Carolina. The visitors, Spokane Zephyr, with a 2-goal lead over Carolina Ascent at the break. Right now, the standings in the Gainbridge Super League, they are tighter than tight. You can see DC, Brooklyn, and Fort Lauderdale all tied on 18 points. And this is how the standings would be coming into the game. Carolina Ascent just 1 point ahead of Spokane Zephyr in 4th and 5th place, respectively. Now, of course, if this scoreline holds, Spokane Zephyr would pick up an extra 3 points, jumping them ahead of Carolina Ascent. But this is just the start of Week 19 action. Later today, coming up at 5:30 on Peacock, you can watch Fort Lauderdale against Brooklyn, and then at 7:30, it is Tampa Bay against DC Power. There was another match supposed to kick off earlier today between Lexington and Dallas. That match was postponed. For our latest news and notes around the Gainbridge Super League, it is the Road Warriors. For the first time this season, every visiting team beat the home side last week. They went 3-0, outscoring their host 7-1. And for Lexington, a 2-1 victory against Carolina extended their undefeated streak to a league record 17 matches. That does, of course, go back to last season in 2024-2025. And for Dallas's Wayne Balata, she recorded a goal and an assist in the team's match against Fort Lauderdale, and she becomes the 10th player this season to record that stat line. A lot of fun things happening around the Gainbridge Super League, and especially right here in Charlotte. Halftime between Spokane and the Ascent. Zephyr up 2-0.
These rings are small, but they carry incredible meaning. A circle with no end, just like the commitment you make together today. Brandon, please place this ring on Kelsey's ring finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring as a sign of my love, my best friend, and my forever.
I give you this ring as a sign of my love, my best friend, and my forever.
Kelsey, please place the ring on Brandon's finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring as a sign of my love, my best friend, and my friend forever.
I give you this ring as a sign of my love, my best friend, and my forever.
By the authority vested in me and in front of your family and friends, and a stadium full of witnesses, I now pronounce you married. Carolina Ascent fans, it's time to make some noise for the newest wedded married couple, Brandon and Kelsey. You may now kiss. It's my honor to present to you for the very first time
Welcome back to Charlotte, North Carolina. Spokane with a 2-0 lead over Carolina Ascent. And love is in the air on this Valentine's Day. We'll take you through the highlights of this first half, Gary, because it felt like it was all Carolina at moments.
Certainly had a good chance here, and should it have been a red card? You have to say Shea Groon is through and pulled back by Reese Tappan, but the referee unable to see it. And then down the right-hand side, Ginger Fontenot makes a run, decides to cross the ball. We're sticking with that. It's a cross that floats over Megan McClellan into the back of the net. And surprisingly, and probably against the play a little bit, Spokane Zephyr in the lead.
Gary, we're going to call that one a shot from her. Come on, 33rd minute. Another play out of the run of play for Spokane.
Jenna Butler should have the ball under control. She loses possession. Lena Solano so quick and from a tight angle just gets it past Megan McClelland. They've shot themselves in the foot here, Carolina Ascent, and now they find themselves 2-0 down at home.
Nucor giving us those highlights and these stats from the first 45 minutes. As you can see, it's 5 shots for Carolina, and they outpossessed, had more corners. They absolutely dominated, but it's the 2 goals to show for Spokane that gives them the lead heading into the second 45. Second half kickoff coming up right after this next quick break. Spokane leading 2-0 over Carolina.
gentlemen, we have some substitutions for your Carolina Ascent. Number 13, Addison Merrick will be headed onto the pitch for number 2.
Carolina Ascent fans, it's time to make some noise for the newest wedded married couple. Brandon and Kelsey, you may now kiss. It's my honor.
Love is in the air on Valentine's Day. Looks like Cupid shot some lucky lovebirds with his arrow. Congrats to Kelsey and Brandon. They got married at halftime, Gary.
It's cute. It's awesome
How
to
special
see.
is
And they got
that?
lots of applause and wow, wonderful.
Absolutely adorable. Congratulations to them. I know you have your next idea for your vow renewals.
What, at a soccer match?
I get it. I get it.
I think what they want, though, they want Carolina Ascent to bounce back and win this game just to make it a totally special day for the home crowd.
Second half underway here from Charlotte, North Carolina. Carolina Ascent down 2 goals to Spokane Zephyr alongside Gary Bailey. I am Lisa Carlin. 2 changes for Carolina Ascent at the break. Riley Parker coming in, taking out Mia Corbin up top. And Addison Merrick also coming in for Bree Martinez. Groom into the attack, toe poking it through, and no runners there. But 2 changes for Phillip Poole for the Ascent. One of those being Riley Parker, who scored just a few days ago, last week in their 2-1 loss against Lexington.
Yeah, I think he's made the changes also just to freshen things up. It's psychological partly. When you, as a coach, you make changes. You come out the locker room feeling, okay, we've got different players on the pitch. Maybe something good's going to happen for us. And with Andy Merrick and Riley Parker, it's quality coming on as well. So, but there's enough players to turn this around for Phillip Poole, and he must be. He spoke to us before. He said, you know, our home record's not good. He said, but so many games we could have won, should have won. We had missed penalties. We've been unlucky. And to be honest with you, again today, a cross that became a goal, a mistake from Jenna Butler, you know, a red card not seen. As a coach, you could bemoan your bad luck, but the question he would have said to them at halftime is, hey, it is what it is. Let's fight back second half and turn it around to our advantage. And let's see if Carolina Ascent can do that.
Meanwhile, on the other side for Spokane Zephyr, Nicole Lukic must have been pretty happy at that break, considering her team had a 2-goal lead. What changes tactically do you expect, if any, from Spokane?
I don't expect any. I think they're going to have to defend really, really well. She said to us when we chatted to her, the aim of this match is to get our defensive identity back, to get well organized. Well, they certainly were that in the first half. If they can keep that going in the second half, of course, they can afford to let in 1 goal and still go away with all 3 points. So it's going to be about being physical, tight, and defending really well for the visiting side.
Parker giving chase down the right flank. That's defended against Euler, and it'll go out for Heisey's ball.
Once again, Euler just superb at the back with something to prove from the last match, and she's got stuck in and battle. That's what I like about Zephyr today, is they've been really physical. They've put their bodies on the line. You can see there's a level of energy after the hammering from Sporting Jacks by 3-0 midweek. They've really bounced back in style. And massive credit to Nicole Lukic, the coach, and all the players for this response.
Spokane Zephyr looking to snap a 2-game winless streak, and they're on their way to doing so, thanks to goals in the first half from Ginger Fontenot and Lena Solano.
Massive for confidence, just 4 wins in their 18 matches. Spokane Zephyr, and that's not a good return. And they get this one here today away at the Players' Shield Champions. That's, well, do wonders for them. And in fact, we were talking about their travel. They do more travel, don't they? Talking about having to face challenges than any other team. Something like 60,000 miles a year the Zephyr side have to travel around the country. So all the travel they've done, this will be an incredible 3 points for them if they can hold on.
I hope those players are racking up their Skyline miles. This game here in Charlotte, Carolina is the end of a 6-game road streak that they've been on. They have a bye week next week, Spokane, and then they're back at home Saturday, March 14th to take on Brooklyn. But it has been long. Nicole Lukic, the coach, talked to us about it. She said, yeah, lots of bus trips coming up from Jacksonville here to Carolina. The team's playing cards. They're keeping themselves busy, as I'm sure you can imagine a team would do.
But just on that point, Lisa, is that having played midweek and traveled, if you're Philip Poole and the players, you've got to have said at halftime, they might start to tire last 10, 15 minutes. Let's put them under pressure. Let's have high presses. Let's run at them. And if they do tire, let's take advantage of it.
Well, here is the sub off the bench. Addison Merrick into the box. Shot blocked. And that one trickles out. But the players that Philip Poole have brought in, Riley Parker and Addison Merrick, Gary, they're on the right side. At midweek, Spokane conceded all their goals from that side, and that's where the fresh legs have come in.
And that's going to be a new core.
Fresh legs, fresh minds, all the energy you need, and a little bit of extra confidence because they are a good side. They know that if they get one goal, then it's really game on, and they will come flying at Spokane.
Jill Aguilera moving that new core banner for the new core corner for Carolina. Aguilera, lofted, headed. That one was Studer. Now it's Groom. Nabet plays this back to Porter. Lily Nabet. A lot of time for Merrick. Trying to find the right angle. Aguilera now on top of it. Aguilera. Left foot, slotted it through. Groom is there. Heisey smothers. Whistle is blown. Flag up on the far side. Offside on Groom.
It's a great run from Aguilera. Look at the skill, the strength to get past. Head up, looking for options. Sees Shea Groom just in an offside position there. That's positive for Carolina. Probing, looking for that gap in defense.
Lily Nabet, quick throw. Spokane all set up in their defensive structure, trying to keep this shutout. Mackenzie George dribbles around the defense, top of the box, Groom. Slicing and dicing through, George, two players on, and near post, Heisey easily comes out to grab that one. She thought about moving quick again there, and instead she'll drop the ball at her feet and take her time. That's how that first goal came for Spokane. It started with Hope Heisey, the ball in her hands, and she moved quickly down that right side, finding Fontenot.
Lovely ball put in by Fontenot over the head of Megan McClellan right into the top corner. Great way for Zephyr to start the match. And they've built on that with the second goal. Nina Solano pouncing on an error by Jenna Butler. So a lot of work here for Carolina to do. If they want to get 3 points, which is really the aim at home, they'll need at least 3 goals.
Big switch for Carolina. It was Coleman with her head up, searching for Addison Merrick on the far side. One of the concerns coming into this match, Gary, for Spokane was the absence of Sarah McCoy, their leader and their captain, listed as questionable coming into this match, and she's on the bench. She picked up an injury at the midweek, but they've done just fine without her, organizationally, leadership-wise, and of course, getting those 2 goals through Fontenot and Solano.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic defensive performance, but still a ways to go yet. So I think all the travel, they might start to get tired legs at the end of this match. Nina Solano playing a huge part once again with that second goal. Just takes a little bit of pressure off when you have a 2-goal gap. The kid's enjoying it.
Kids are hype at this stadium. The sun's out, you're watching some good football. How could you not be excited? Porter switches the point of attack. Merrick on the far side. Cuts inside. Defender in her dust. Merrick goes wide. Nabet, and ball runs over the end line. That's let out by Zierenberg. Defended well by Spokane. Addison Merrick has been dangerous in this second half since coming in.
Yeah, just brought some extra energy. And again, as we said at halftime, that's often what you do as a coach. You make a couple of changes just to bring on different personnel, different vibe. It changes your outlook as players already on the pitch. You get a bit excited because there's a new possibility coming on to work with you in attack. And of course, for Zephyr, they have to just figure out who's going to mark which player and how and what strengths those players have. So it takes a while for the defending side to figure it all out.
Groom. She earns a call. This is good positioning for Carolina. Nucor Corporation is the safest, highest quality, lowest cost, most productive, and most profitable steel and steel products company in the world. Nucor is the official sponsor of the Carolina Ascent FC. There is Shea Groom. She has been so active in the attack for Carolina, as has Jill Aguilera, the set piece specialist for the Ascent. Aguilera chips it in, headed. Heisey off her line. Does it get a touch? No. What a run by Jenna Butler on the back post. She came so close. Heisey was there.
Firstly, just a good touch with the head there. It was almost in by Jenna Butler. Goalkeeper doing enough to put her off. Hope Heisey waiting and then getting her hands out to block the shot, and in the end gets the goal kick. But Hope Heisey has been rock solid all match. They just don't seem to be able to find a way through. But again, they're creating chances. Something Philip Poole said. He said, we've been creating a ton of chances. We're just not taking them. And I had a look at their expected goals over the last previous three games. Expected goals nearly 4. How many have they scored? Just the 1. So chance creation, very good. Putting them away in the back of the net, not working so well for Carolina at the moment.
At what point does a coach, a team, players expect change? And what kind of change do you input into a team when they are putting up numbers like that?
It's hard because they've got decent players, and you know those players have to come good at some stage, and making some changes here. Riley Baisden coming on.
And for number 20, Shea Groom.
So it's Riley Baisden and then Emily Morris coming in for Lily Nabet and Shea Groom.
And the 2 new players coming off, maybe taking a little while to settle into the team.
George on the ball. Reese Tappan strips her, and it'll be a throw-in deep in Carolina's corner. Audrey Coleman will leave it for Aguilera.
Well, that's 4 changes now, so there's not much more Philip Poole can do. He's giving, putting fresh blood on, giving opportunities and extra energy. Now let's just see if it works out for the coach, who said to us when we chatted to him, he said, all I want is one 90-minute performance, just my team to be solid. I don't have to worry about them. I don't have to stress. Well, unfortunately, Philip, it looks like you haven't got what you wanted as yet. Must be a stressful match for him on the bench. Watching once again his very talented side to struggle to score goals.
Here is Aguilera into the attack. The cross, back post, cleared by Spokane. Merrick came late, but it was cleared well by Zierenberg. Ball still in play, Merrick. She has one behind, and that pass off the mark. Jaskinek picks it off. And now Spokane, it's Felicia Knox who sends it the other way. For Philip Poole, he talked about the inconsistency and said, we've had really good halves for Carolina. We've had really good halves of halves. And we need to put it all together, though. Good spell of attack again for Carolina Ascent. It's Coleman with the shot. Heisey, she makes that look easy.
Yeah, there wasn't enough power on that. I don't know if it was meant to be a cross, but in the end, the goalkeeper as we've said all along, just been very solid, clean pair of hands. And again, proving why she's considered one of the best goalkeepers in the Gainbridge Super League.
Throw in on this near side for Spokane.
In fact, Hope Heisey's had the most saves to make out of any goalkeeper in the league coming into this match, 58. So you can add quite a few more to that number after today.
And Heisey just looks so confident, too, every time the ball comes in her box. Morris. Now down the line. It's Mackenzie George on this left side. Trying to turn the corner on tap-in. She does. George crosses. No one is there for Carolina. Oh, a golden opportunity for the Ascent, and they squander it.
It was a good opportunity. Lovely play from Mackenzie George. Tappan actually tried to tackle her and missed. Could have given away a penalty, but George stayed on her feet, put it into the danger area. No one there.
And here is it again. Coleman, back post, tapped in. But the flag is up on the far side. A taste of a goal for Riley Parker. Carolina is so close. They are knocking at the door.
Knocking at the door, but they can't break that Zephyr defense as yet. It is a game of inches sometimes when it comes to offsides. And as I said, with all the traveling Zephyr have done and the match midweek, you just wonder if this last half an hour is going to be very, very difficult in terms of the energy. Frustration for Carolina Ascent.
That one looked close too. Some of the other offside calls have been by a few yards or so. There were several moments throughout this game where Carolina had really good chances to take a lead. A moment in about the opening 15 minutes or so, Shea Groom called as a foul against her when she had a chance to get in behind. Now here is Fontenot, goal scorer for Spokane on the ball, played back into the box. It's Knox. Felicia Knox, she earns a corner.
Emily Morris just coming across there, and these set pieces, they're perfect for Zephyr. They're a chance to get a third goal, although they're now walking back, so
And that's a goal kick.
I'm not sure. No, it looks like it's a goal kick. I was going to say, any set piece is useful. Nice high press. Look at the Zephyr here. 5 players trying to make it difficult for Carolina to play out from the back. That's a nice positive attitude by Coach Nicole Lukic and her players.
It is Lena Solano leading the press for Spokane. And Nicole Lukic talked about the defensive efforts, saying that she wanted to focus on those. And what a ball in behind. Holy cow, what a job by Riley Baisden. Just nearly misses.
I think it's a save from the goalkeeper. It comes off Hope Heisey. That's why she's getting a whole number of pats on the back there. And if it is a fantastic save in a one-on-one situation. Riley Baisden, lovely ball played in for her. Fantastic weighted ball. There's the build-up. Fantastic, also a brilliant little back heel, but that ball coming in from Audrey Coleman. Good first touch, second touch, sets it up. Comes off the goalkeeper's hip. Good save, Hope Heisey.
Hope Heisey has been fearless today, helping keep a clean sheet for Spokane so far through 63 minutes.
Fried chicken, better with Pepsi.
A couple of big grabs on crosses into the box, stifling play on a long ball over the top, and this last save might have been one of her best against Riley Baisden to keep the ball out of the back of the net.
So also the perfect opportunity for Spokane Zephyr players just to get some much needed water and a bit of a rest.
Well, what better way to bring people together than a night at American Legion Memorial Stadium? Well, you're planning team bonding, entertaining employees or clients, or organizing a night out with friends. Carolina Ascent FC offers affordable, customizable packages for groups of 10 or more. Experience top-tier professional women's soccer and make it a night to remember. Visit carolinaascent.com/groups or email carolinaascent.com/groups. Or email tickets@carolinaascentfc.com to learn more.
Or email tickets@carolinaascentfc.com for more information.
Hope Heisey back on her feet.
Going
Good
to say
to see.
lots of high fives for the goalkeeper for that save. Absolutely crucial.
Now she'll have to defend against a corner for Carolina and Jill Aguilera. Look at all that snow. Aguilera lofts it, penalty spot, headed out by Fontenot. Emily Morris sends it back in, back post for Carolina. What a save by Heisey! Hope Heisey, the hero again.
Fantastic save, just making her body as big as possible and gets the block. Good play by Carolina here to knock the ball back in. The header comes out, it's knocked back in by Emily Morris. Can't quite get the header out there. It's just a brilliant save, isn't it? It's a good strike and it's a brilliant save. Emma Jaskinek unable to get the header clear. And wow, Hope Heisey is having a real match here today.
Another corner for Carolina. Aguilera, Heisey is there. That pink highlighter kit, you can see it from anywhere as she commands the box. '66th minute, Spokane with a 2-goal lead thanks to first half goals from Ginger Fontenot and Lena Solano. Carolina Ascent controlling possession, creating a lot of chances, but it has been the goalkeeper, Hope Heisey, who has kept Spokane in this game and kept a clean sheet. She'll have to do so against George. Now George blocked by Tappan.
Again, more fantastic defending by Zephyr, but they need to be careful. These chances are coming thick and fast now for the Ascent, and can't afford to give them that many chances. Eventually something will go in, so when they get the ball, Spokane, they need to control it, keep it, move the ball up the field and away from their goalkeeper, who probably needs a little bit of a rest at this stage.
8th new corner for Carolina Ascent. Jill Aguilera. 6-yard box headed, Studer, and it goes out.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 substitutions for Spokane Zephyr. Number 32, Maggie Johnston.
A couple of subs coming in now for Nicole Lukic. As Cameron Tucker comes in, Catherine Rapp off the bench, one of the new signings, as well as Maggie Johnston.
And number 25, Cat Rapp, in for number 16.
Makes sense, just some fresh legs after that tiring midweek match. And the players who come in have got a massive job to do for Nicole Lukic. They've got to inspire the others around them, bring that extra energy as the pressure will increase over the last 20 minutes or so as Carolina Ascent start to throw everything at the Zephyr defense.
Carolina with George on top of it. She's been everywhere in the front line for Carolina. Mackenzie George crosses, there's runners there. The header by Morris. Morris is down. Spokane trying to clear, goes off the head of Parker. Parker's back up. It is Emily Morris slow to get up inside the 18-yard box. Reese Tappan making sure she is okay. Emily Morris, a rookie. She signed in July with Carolina, her first professional contract.
It's tough, a clash of heads. Always extremely painful. But everyone seems to be okay. No concussion protocols necessary.
Ball back in play and reset with McClelland. Merrick, a little nutmeg, beats the defender. Merrick with space, plays it through to George. Heisey off her line, gets there first. McClellan clears. And this one will go out. It'll be McClellan's ball. Blue Cross North Carolina is the official health insurance provider of the Carolina Ascent FC. Blue Cross North Carolina makes health insurance easy. Discover employer, individual, family, Medicare, and Medicaid plans from Blue Cross North Carolina. Better care starts here. Riley Baisden back to defend and intercepts the buildup from Spokane. Now Braun back on the ball. '70th minute, Carolina has been knocking, Gary. They need a goal. What do you need to see from them in these final 20 minutes of the match?
It's just a little bit of luck, perhaps, or the final touch to get the ball in the back of the net. They create chances, they put pressure. Hope Heisey, as we've seen, has made a couple of fantastic saves. If any of those had gone in, Riley Baisden's one in particular, then they're right back in this match, Carolina. So it's back to what Philip Poole said. They're creating chances, no question about that. But the XG the last 4 matches was 4 goals and they only scored 1, and that bad run has continued. Not for lack of effort, it's just not happening for their side. And add to that mistakes on the other end. Jenna Butler today, Megan McClelland against Lexington last weekend. Bad errors that have cost Carolina hugely.
In their last 4, Carolina has only scored once, but it came in their most recent game through Riley Parker. You thought maybe that was going to open the floodgates for the Ascent. And even throughout this game, there's been so many chances as Baisden whips this one back post. And for Carolina, it's been good looks, near misses in front of goals, huge saves from Hope Heisey, an offside goal just in the 60th minute from Riley Parker that was called back. So many chances, but it's the fine margins that have separated the goals and the goals that have not.
That's probably what's going through Philip Poole's mind right now. What else do we have to do? Again, credit to Hope Heisey. The couple of important saves she's made have been massive saves. As a keeper, when you're one-on-one with players, it's not always, you know, the odds are slightly against you perhaps making the save. Well, she's pulled off 2 or 3 of those absolutely vital saves.
Baisden to Merrick, cross, and it goes out. Another corner incoming for Carolina. This will be their 9th corner. Can they change it up?
And we have another corner kick brought to you by Nucor, taking that corner kick for your
It's important for Zephyr here to keep working hard, because the last thing you want as a player is you've done so well away from home, you're 2-0, and then for some reason you relax or take your eye off the ball or do whatever and allow the opposition back in. They really have to work super hard now, do Spokane Zephyr.
Aguilera near post, headed towards the back post, and trickles all the way out of the 18. It was Audrey Coleman who gave chase to it, but it'll be a Spokane throw-in. Tap-in will leave it for Maggie Johnston. The services from Jill Aguilera on these 9 corners, a couple of the set pieces that were in dangerous position. The services are good.
Yeah, and the ball's bounced around the box on a couple of occasions, and if it's a lucky day for Carolina Ascent, it falls to one of your players and you bang it in the back of the net. It just hasn't happened for them, and you add that to some incredible defending and brilliant goalkeeping by Spokane Zephyr, and it's been a rough day all round for the fans of Carolina Ascent, with the exception of the 2 that got married.
Yes, congratulations to Kelsey and Brandon. We had a halftime wedding here at the stadium. It was very exciting on this Valentine's Day.
Yeah, for them it'll always be remembered on a positive note, but I think for the players, if they don't get back in this game, another frustrating day out for the reigning champions, or those who won in the league anyway, top of the league last season, Players Shield.
Solano, she plays this one through. It's Jaskinik. Jaskinik, no, her shot off target. The Gainbridge Super League season is in full swing. You can visit GainbridgeSuperLeague.com for all the latest information, analysis, insight into all things Gainbridge Super League. Jacqueline Metz, our center official, calling that ball out. So it'll be Spokane Zephyr's ball.
Yeah, corner for them and a little bit of work for Carolina to defend first. They've haven't got many clean sheets, only 3 clean sheets all season, Carolina Ascent. Only a team worse than them is Tampa Bay, who coming into this weekend had 2. So as much as they're excellent in attack, Carolina Ascent defensively, they really haven't been able to reach the heights of last season as yet.
First corner of the match for Spokane. Sophia Braun lofts this high back post, headed out by Carolina. That was Coleman who got her noggin to it. Moving quickly in transition is Carolina. There's Coleman on top of it to Parker. Back to Coleman. Can't break through the tight defense for Spokane.
Spokane getting numbers back fairly quickly there. Defensively very solid once again. This is the effort they have to keep putting in. Get behind the ball, sprint back, and then try and get your recovery in.
Good switch by Morris. Aguilera is there. She gets a touch initially, and there's the whistle against Cam Tucker. Aguilera down holding that left knee.
Cam Tucker shakes her head and says, really? Was there much contact? Let's have a look.
Which means we have 15 minutes left.
Much, but maybe there was just, yeah, a little boot out that catches Jill Aguilera below the knee.
Autographs, as well as handing out Valentine's Day gifts. So make sure you stick around and enjoy all the fun.
Here's a set piece opportunity. It will be Jill Aguilera on top of it. Just past the center circle. Ball serviced in right to Heisey. She'll take that save all day.
Yeah, not the best of free kicks. They're way too close to the goalkeeper.
Braun. Tucker against Aguilera. Aguilera wins the battle. Coleman inside, goes wide. There's Aguilera. Back post is based in. Can she get there? Yes. She goes down. Ball still in play. It's Spokane looking to go the other way. Wrap on it. She punches it wide. Fontenot giving pressure to that ball, and Carolina going with a quick throw from Merrick.
There are a few shouts there for Riley Baisden and a penalty. Again, don't probably think there was enough in it. But the referee having to rule on some controversial moments here.
Jaskinek, a little pass inside to Rapp. And Jaskinek will reset through Heisey. Really good chance just a few moments ago. What do you think here, Gary? Anything?
I think she just gets her foot on the ball, the defender, and that probably gets her off the hook. Difficult for referee Jacqueline Metz to call that a penalty, but certainly nothing going Carolina's way in terms of appeals, etc. today. Hasn't been their day, but take nothing away from how awesome Spokane have been in terms of their defensive duties.
We have a substitution.
Another change coming in for Spokane. It's Maya Hansen waiting to check in on the sideline, and Lena Solano will come out. She scored her 6th goal of the season, doubling the lead for Spokane in the 33rd minute. Now Hansen will get a run up top. Carolina back at home, needing to pick up points, and they'll stay at home next week where they welcome in Dallas Trinity FC Another chance and another opportunity to pick up points. Still hoping they can do so today in this game against Spokane. Coleman, she'll cut back. Coleman, left-footed shot right to Heisey. And there were poachers in Parker and Baisden waiting on the back post. But Coleman's shot couldn't get through Heisey.
Just felt the shot wasn't very strong. It seemed more like a pass than it did a shot. Maybe she got caught in two minds, but in a great position to have squared that ball to one of her teammates in the box. Another little half chance, and maybe to Philip Poole's point, his players are getting in good positions, but that final decision, final pass has just not been 100% as yet.
Merrick cuts end line and just trickles out. Carolina Ascent FC is a club built by the Carolinas for the Carolinas, with a vision to climb and reach new heights. From corporate partnerships to single game tickets and group outings, we've got a place for you to empower women's sports across the Carolina. Join the climb and contact one of our representatives today at carolinaascent.com. Just about 10 minutes left to play in this matchup between two teams so close in the standings, separated by only a point. Number 4 Carolina and number 5 Spokane. A win today for Spokane, if they can hold on to this, would do wonders for them in creating some separation between that tight mix in the center of the standings.
I think it's something they desperately need, because they will have played 4 matches more than the likes of DC Power, 3 matches more than Brooklyn or Fort Lauderdale United, and 2 more than Carolina Ascent. So they need these points in the bag just to give them themselves some buffer as the other teams make up with their games they haven't played. And it would be well deserved for what has been, as I said a few times now, I repeat it, but Hope Heisey absolutely stunning. The defense around her, brilliant. Carolina Ascent just not their day so far.
Been a tough go at it for Carolina. Had some good chances, some good opportunities, but not able to take advantage of any of the chances that have come their way, largely in part due to Heisey in goal. And now here's Spokane the other way. Off the line, McClellan does a great job to stop that play. Morris trying to get it through, turned over to Tucker. Braun looking for Tucker in the corner, and she can't get there. Game on, folks, with drinks in hand. The drinks on the pitch package get you 1 beach club ticket and 2 drinks. Exclusive access for fans 21 and up for only $29. You can grab yours at carolinaascent.com and kick back pitch side.
Folks, an Apollo Law yellow card shown to number 14, Taylor Porter, for your Carolina Ascent. An Apollo Law yellow card.
The yellow card given to Taylor Porter. Her 3rd of the year. Ball in behind. Tappan gets this away from danger. It was Parker and George streaking down Tappan's back. Aguilera. Coleman turns the corner. She crosses it back. There's the shot. And it goes into the Hot Fly Brewing tent. And that was Studer. Center back Sydney Studer has been flying through the box at times when the crosses come. Frankly, that's what Carolina needs at some point. Every player to have that type of urgency once they get into their attacking end. 84th minute, Carolina down 2 goals against Spokane. Back at home for Spokane, it's looking good, as now they're into the attack again. Fontenot goes wide. Braun. Fontenot opened the goal scoring for Spokane. Her cross is not connected, and now George looking to go the other way for Carolina. Aguilera with a big switch, can't get through Euler.
We haven't mentioned Euler as much in the second half, but her first half was top class as well. Defensively, besides Hope Heisey, Kelsey Euler has been superb. Reese Tappan, Haley Thomas at the back, the centre-back pairing, been absolutely brilliant. In fact, the whole team have, because they've put in a shift and caused so many problems for Carolina in terms of shutting down the Carolina defense, making block tackles, fantastic saves from the goalkeeper. It's one of those moments, I think, if they can hold on to this, Nicole Lukic will look back and think, wow, this has been just one of those perfect games in so many ways.
Right after she took over in late fall, she said that their latest game against Carolina, October 30th, was a really big turning point. You could say that again, perhaps, after this game for Spokane and how the rest of their spring season goes.
Yeah, well, coming off a 3-0 loss against Sporting Jacks, there was always the potential to come here and, you know, struggle. You're tired, you get another big loss, heads drop. It could have, and against a very, very talented Carolina Ascent, there was always the danger of a bad result. But wow, they've done exactly the opposite.
Cam Tucker picks up a yellow.
An Apollo Law yellow card shown to Spokane Zephyr. Number 9, Cam Tucker.
Maybe a little bit of a raised right leg there, that knee very, very high. Danger element to it, and that's probably why there was a yellow card.
For your Carolina Ascent. Number 4, Ava Cook heading on to the pitch.
Philip Poole will make his 5th and final change of the match, with Ava Cook coming on for Sydney Studer. So a little bit more of an attacking presence added in Ava Cook, one of those new signings over this winter break.
Number 11, Shay Collins in.
And Shay Collins comes on for the goal scorer, Fontenot, for Spokane. Aguilera puts things back in play. Braun clears the ball from danger. Parker giving chase, trying to keep the ball in play. There was a touch by Carolina, so it'll be Spokane's throw-in. Time ticking down for Carolina. You can feel their frustration as well. The chances they were given throughout this game, not able to take advantage of those moments. And the 2 goals that Carolina conceded, both in the first 35 minutes of this game. Since then, they've held on defensively and not made too many defensive mistakes.
And that second goal, the error by Jenna Butler is so critical, because at 1-0, it just takes a moment and you're back on level terms as that ball just slips through. But when you're 2-0 down, there's a little extra padding that Spokane have, knowing that you can pull one back and they can still win 2-1. So the error by Jenna Butler really gave them a mountain to climb. Carolina Ascent offside there, no question about that. And again, it's similar to the last match when they played Lexington, 1-0 up, goalkeeper error, Megan McClellan lets Lexington back in the match and then gives the away side a bit more confidence. They go on to lose that 2-1 Carolina Ascent. So tough couple of games, and must be so frustrating for the players and for Philip Poole.
Jaskinek Lucky touch there for Spokane, and the ball trickles through. McClellan clears it from the defensive end. Baisden over the top. Hard to get past Reese Tappan. Tucker. Spokane looking to hold on to this shutout towards the end of this game. Flag is up. It was a good run by Shay Collins. She thought she was in behind. Aguilera. Porter. Final minutes of this game. Carolina searching for a goal. Merrick with a light touch back. It looked dangerous. It could have been, but McClellan got there.
The fourth official has indicated a minimum of 4 minutes of stoppage time. Stoppage time
Might have been a late tackler there on McClellan as she booted the ball up the pitch.
Again, 4 minutes of stoppage time.
4 minutes, not a lot of time, is it, to get at least 2 goals? And even then, 1 point doesn't help too much for Carolina.
But it might feel like a little bit of redemption if they could get 2.
It would feel like a win, wouldn't it, from 2-0
sure
down,
would,
going into added time.
All this time, because there are 4 minutes of Blue Cross Blue Shield stoppage time. Spokane says, no way, we're getting rid of this ball. Jacqueline Metz will pull the thrower back. You can feel the frustration from the Ascent players. Baisden with the ball now. Flicked on. What a little header. It's Parker who's giving chase. And that's an easy one for Heisey to come off her line.
Looks like this bad run of Carolina continues, and it'll be 4 losses in the last 5. Just a 1 point gain with a draw. 1 point from 15. Not a lot for the Players' Shield champions. But still a long way to go in the season. They can still get themselves into a top 4 place and into those playoffs. So lots to fight for, and the 3 new players will take time to settle in. Lilina Bett, Ava Cook and Shay Groom, they might still come good. And for Spokane, assuming they hold on to this win, they're suddenly in the top 4 and feeling a lot more confident about their possibilities and their chances of making the playoffs. So it'll be a happy ride home back to the West Coast, I would think, for the Spokane players and coaching staff.
Absolutely. After a long road trip, many hours spent on a bus, in a plane.
Playing cards. I'm
sure watching some movies at times. It's got to feel good to end that long stretch on a win, and a shutout win if Spokane can hold on to this 2-0 lead right now. And for Carolina, I mean, these struggles have been happening all season, where they have been creating, they're getting chances and opportunities, but they're not able to fix them or finish those chances. And with Phillip Poole bringing in some of these other players, it's a good idea. It's a good attacking presence, as you see Maggie Johnston getting into a little bit of a tussle there with Ava Cook. But for Poole, he brings in these players who have already made a difference and will continue to make a difference. We look back at Cook and Johnston getting tangled up.
Just looking at the expected goals at the moment, it's just under 2 for the home side, and they haven't scored. And it's .24 for Spokane, and they've scored twice. So you would, if you went by expected goals, it would be 2-0 to Carolina.
So what does that mean, Gary? You're a big expected goals aficionado.
Yeah, well, it just tells you that Carolina have had some really good chances and not taken them. And that's because of the good defending of Spokane. And Spokane have had one ball put in wide that ended up going over the goalkeeper, Megan McClelland. And then they've had an error from Jenna Butler at the back. So Spokane, credit to them, have taken their chances when they've come, something Carolina has been unable to do. And so that frustration for Phillip Poole continues. But again, you have to look long-term and say, it's all about making the playoffs. I don't think either of these sides can win the Players' Shield unless they put in a great run. But maybe their focus is more on getting in the top 4 and making sure they're in the playoffs at the end of the season.
Another chance here for Carolina. It's Mackenzie George. She goes across the edge of the 18, bodied off the ball, that time by Maya Hansen. Now Merrick. Addison Merrick to Parker, through to George. George lays it off, and again, Morris. Morris, what a ball, Coleman. And the flag is up. And time, that'll do it. Spokane Zephyr snap a 2-game winless streak. Nicole Lucic is happy about that one. Goals from Ginger Fontenot and Lena Solano with huge saves from Hope Heisey get the job done on the road. Spokane 2 over Carolina Ascent 0.
Yeah, brilliant for Spokane in defense. Hope Heisey, her defenders, Kelsey Euler after the midweek difficulties. Absolutely, you can see the hugs, and you can understand why. They've been absolutely brilliant defensively, taking their chances, not many chances to score, but they took them when they came along. For Carolina Ascent, it's going to be a very frustrated locker room because they had the chances, unable to take them. Errors in defense have cost them once again.
Despite the loss for Carolina, our new core player of the match is Jill Aguilera. A stellar performance from that left back role with all of her set pieces and corner kicks. 11 crosses, Gary.
Yeah, mostly quality crosses, giving her sort of strikers and central defenders a chance to battle for the ball. But it's a mixed emotion. Even though she's player of the match, you look at that result and the fact they weren't able to score, and there'll be plenty of frustration in that Ascent camp here today.
It is now winless in 5 for the Carolina Ascent. It is not a great day for the players, but a great day for Kelsey and Brandon, the newlyweds, here on this Valentine's Day Saturday, as Spokane Zephyr gets a 2-0 win over Carolina Ascent. Stick with us. We're going to wrap up this match right after the break.
Thank you again for coming out this afternoon and for supporting your Carolina Ascent. We look forward to having you back here at base camp for the Carolina Ascent home match next weekend. Kickoff for 2 p.m.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Okay.
Hey, Hope, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, Hope. This is Lisa Carlin. I'm in the booth with Gary Bailey.
Hey, Hope. How you doing? Good performance,
Hi.
eh?
Good. How are you guys?
Yeah,
Thank you.
Great.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, congrats on the win. We are in a commercial break right now, but when we come back, we'll welcome you in and we'll ask you some questions.
Cool. Sounds great. Thank you.
Welcome back to North Carolina. Carolina Ascent fall to the Spokane Zephyr by 2 goals, and the hero on the day was the Spokane Zephyr goalkeeper, Hope Heisey. We are pleased to be joined by her now from the field. Hey, Hope, congratulations on this awesome win. 6 saves for you. You were the hero. What allowed you to be so dynamic in your box today?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a rough couple weeks, honestly, and I've just really resorted back to trying to train the basics, and obviously my teammates are like the reason why I'm able to do what I do. They inspire so much confidence in me, and they give me the green light to just be myself, and I feel like I was able to show that today and help lead the group to a victory.
And Hope, we're looking at 2 of your saves, absolutely brilliant saves. One-on-one against Riley Basin and Sydney Studer. Just go through the thought process there as you had to come out and put your body on the line.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that they're really dynamic in the way that, like, Harding's able to play those really good balls in behind, and obviously Basin got the best of us last time we played her, so she's a really dynamic player, and I thought, okay, as the ball's coming to her, I just got to be big and hope that she hits me, and I was fortunate on this occasion for that to happen, and then obviously, I played against Sid Studer in college. She's a really great center back and really lethal on set pieces, and I just thought I just got to put my body in front of it and hope that it hits me. So it was kind of just, I really wanted to come into this match and be aggressive and put it all out there, and then just be able to live with the result, and I think that showed tonight.
Hope, it absolutely showed. A win, a shutout, and now you guys get to go home. Are you excited about that?
We're so excited to get to go home. Our next match is going to be at home. We can't wait to be back at One Spokane Stadium, so we are very excited to head back to the Pacific Northwest.
Well, Hope, we will send you on your way. Have a safe flight, and good luck in that next home match against Dallas Trinity.
Thank you.
Happy Valentine's Day from Hope Heisey to you, and from us to you. All right, Gary, let's take him through the highlights and show him how we got here.
Ginger Fontenot, head up there, sees opportunities, puts the ball in, and it goes right over Megan McClellan's head, right towards the top corner. Almost impossible for the goalkeeper to stop that, and that got them into the lead. And then it's a long ball knocked up. Jenna Butler has got control of this ball. She should be able to deal with it, but give Lena Solano credit. She takes it off her toes and then from a tight angle sticks it in the back of the net. And it was all sorts of problems at halftime for Carolina Ascent. 2-0 down, and they were having opportunities, but Hope Heisey had good hands in terms of crosses in the first half. And then, as she explained to us, bravery against Riley Basin there, throwing her body at that ball and making a fantastic save, and did it a second time from Sydney Studer. This ball's going to get headed back in, and it gets just flicked on here. Studer gets there, absolutely thumps that. Goalkeeper saves it with her foot.
Well, with this result, a 2-0 win for Spokane. They jump ahead of Carolina on 22 points, and they are in that coveted top 4. It's the top 4 that make the postseason here in the Gainbridge Super League. And Spokane have just created a little bit of separation between them and the pack behind them. That is Carolina, DC, Brooklyn, and Fort Lauderdale. Still a couple more games to come today around the Super League. Stay tuned to Peacock, and you can watch all the action to see what happens next in the league and as the standings change. What a game today for Spokane Zephyr. Goals from Ginger Fontenot and Lena Solano to take a 2-0 lead over Carolina Ascent and snap a 2-game winless streak. The first win for Spokane since December 20th, and they get the job done on the road. Happy Valentine's Day from all of us to you. For my producer, Mackenzie Pierce, Gary Bailey, I'm Lisa Carlin. Have a great evening.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.